are delighted to be here, exploring the work of Antigone, our Greek partner in the REAL project. The work that we're exploring here is around what we think are good evaluative practices, the principles behind good evaluation, for example, equipping young people with the skills to identify what they've learned and then to make informed choices, because a lot of the people that we work with haven't had the opportunity to make a lot of choices around their lives. So what we're doing here is identifying good practices around how you can look at your experiences, how you can break those experiences down and find out what you've actually learned.
So I'm working with Antigone since a while, and we have different projects with different groups, and for me this is the first time I have a project also with people with special needs and disabilities, and I'm really thankful that we can do it and do it in an international way.
Today's morning was a very interesting morning for me because there was a dance workshop going on here for people with disabilities and people without disabilities too, and it was really interesting. I learned how easy and very creative it is to work with mixed groups. And in fact, because it was something new for me too, it was really exciting to combine information and work and dance with all these people.
I am very happy that I am here because we have opportunity to see how work in other country. So for me, in my work, it is very important that I have exchange experience, how I can take to my country and where my work can be better.
We're looking at the practical application of critical reflection. So how as facilitators we use critical reflection in our work. At Head We Art's reflective practice is very embedded in our work. We do it in lots of different ways. We do it very instinctively now because we've been so careful about thinking about that, putting those principles into our work. It's about actually looking at that process all the way through and how we can use that information to make informed choices about what we want to do next.
To exchange what are we doing in our country, in our groups. And the other thing is to have a focus on self-reflection, on self-evaluation, and also on self-confidence of people doing arts but having special needs. Actually, they have the same needs like everyone has, but we always try to find a term.
The skills were really take home, the dance and also the workshop and the language. It's been very helpful with mixing in and also speaking up for yourself, good communication and also listening a lot of new things and new skills where I can improve and build my confidence up.
In my disabled people, we dance a lot in my work. So it's very important for me that I have new techniques so I can take to my work and my work is better.
We also have a workshop on self-confidence of artists with disabilities. I think that self-confidence is an issue for artists in general. As long as we can work openly and without thinking, oh, I'm not good at that, or how am I going to do this, or how are people going to receive my work, then this freedom opens a window to creativity in general.
I was really impressed yesterday at the workshop with the evaluation, because we wanted to present a few techniques, because we said we want to take some very simple, very known, maybe unknown from the management. But we started to ask the people, because we said we want to know from the groups, from different countries, from everyone. And I was quite impressed about the different ways how people are doing it and how they could share it and how we could see how much they care to improve.
It's a challenge for anyone to give honest feedback on an experience. We're not programmed as humans to say something bad, because then that makes us vulnerable. So the perception that actually saying something that might upset someone about the work. So what we're doing is creating safe spaces so people can then feel comfortable about saying, well, actually, I didn't really feel that good about that. And then looking at why and then learning from that. So we turn that negative experience into a positive learning experience.
We are speaking about art, we are speaking about a product also, and we are speaking about an audience we want to have. And we want to have that audience not because people say, oh, the poor people. We want to have an audience because we have a nice choreography, because we have a nice theater, because we have a nice exhibition. And I think that's also what we saw yesterday when we had the chance to go to the exhibition from the group Endinami. And this was another highlight for me, to bring that group together with the 5 groups who are visiting us.
One of our questions is, how do we mobilise young people? How do we motivate young people? How do we get them involved? And we feel very much that we've discovered the way to do that is to give people opportunity to choose what they're doing, to give people a real say and a real equity around the opportunities that are available, supporting their needs within that and making sure they feel listened to. If people feel that they're listened to, then they're more likely to contribute honestly and openly.
It's the first time for me to work with this particular group, and I'm really excited because it's a lovely group. There are people from 5 countries working so nicely together, and this is also a very creative part of the workshop, because you have the chance to take and see and exchange experience. That's the most valuable element, and I'm really happy to get to know all these people.
This week has been excellent. I learned more art and different styles that I still can come back ahead with. Yes, I'll do a workshop myself to get more people to join us.
Yeah, enjoy a lot. We learn very new things, theater methods, dance methods. We can do this with our students. And these new methods where we can do with our staffs, it's good because it's for both students and for staffs too.
This is our penultimate mobility. It's been a fantastic week. We've found some incredibly valuable techniques, and I'm absolutely positive that people will be taking that amazing learning back and embedding that in their work in their own countries.